East Village is probably one of San Diego's most misunderstood neighborhoods in the entire city, maybe even the entire county. What most people don't actually realize is that East Village is actually downtown San Diego's biggest neighborhood, and it's the biggest neighborhood by far, over 130 blocks. So there's going to be good parts, and there's going to be parts that are not so nice. So for area number one, probably my personal favorite part of East Village is going to be the area around, very close to Petco Park, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th Avenue. But you can see on the back side here of this building, these 4 murals were just done by a local artist. On the other side of that building is going to basically be where the Gaslamp Quarter starts. It's going to be the local CVS. Who doesn't need a little CVS? That's going to be my dog's vet over there. I think they're great. My dogs hate it. Building right here, this is going to be called Alta. They're going to have, they're condominiums, but there are quite a few rentals. This is going to be called Bootlegger. Good place to grab a drink, maybe watch a game. All right, so this next place coming up here is going to be pretty much one of my favorite places downtown, the Naughty Barrel. Pretty much my go-to if I want to grab like a beer, like I said before. All right, this building here with all the work going on the outside, that's temporary, of course. That's called the Mark. That's probably my favorite high-rise in the entire area. It's gonna be East Village Bowl. It's kind of weird though. I feel like this place is never open. Right across the street, you're gonna have Strata Apartments. These are like luxury style. And then right next door, you're gonna have behind the tree, it's called the Foodery. So it's like a mini market, and they have like a sit-down wine bar as well. Over there in the distance, you're gonna have an amazing steak restaurant called Cowboy Star. It's gonna be my go-to Starbucks. All right, so walking down 10th Avenue right now. So just here to my left, this is going to be M2I, super popular condominiums. That reddish building in the distance, that's going to be Diamond Terrace. And then way off in the distance there, that building peeking through with the windows, that's going to be called The Legend. No mistake in Fahrenheit, it's like a giant checkerboard. All right, this place coming up on the left, this is going to be Urban Wolf. So it's organic meat for your dog. It's like venison, bison, beef. My dogs eat better than I do. That building right there, you can't see it behind the tree, but that's called Urbana. Parking structure right here is pretty well known. It's called Park at the Park. So picture this. So second floor of this building right here, all the way across, going that way, that's going to be one continuous gym. So it's called Fit. So that's going to be the area I consider kind of like the main Petco Park area. It's probably the part of East Village I like the most. For the next part, we're going to head over to the east side of Petco Park, kind of where the parking lot area is. There's a lot of new apartments there. So you can see we're just to the east side of Petco Park. Awesome Mexican food. Massive building complex here. It's all, even the high rise, it's all Park 12. F45 is like a pretty popular local gym. So kind of like CrossFit, but without like the Olympic style lifting. All right, this is the part that I am not a huge fan of over here. So it gets a little dicey. So I'm gonna drop the camera. I'm gonna let it roll, try to get some audio. This is a super new building. This is going to be called K1, and then to the right you're going to have the Alexan. And then way off in the distance, like you can see Madera. That is super new. That thing just opened. All of these apartment buildings are super nice, maybe even some of the nicest in San Diego. The problem is, like I just showed you, it's going to be the area. This place is going to be one of my favorite breakfast places in San Diego. All right, we're about to pass the Lost Abbey at the church. So it's a tasting room for Lost Abbey Brewery or beers, and it just opened. All right, so we're right on the corner of 14th and J. So this is kind of where we're getting into area number 3. I'd say this is probably where it starts to get a lot more dicey. So there's a couple buildings over here that are super popular. Pinnacle, Spire, and Swerve. So this park here that's called Fault Line Park, this tall red building here is called Spire. This tall one's, yellow one's called Pinnacle, and right behind that you have Swerve. Very popular. Nice park, but you can see, I don't know if you can see in the distance, so you're gonna have some tents, and then just to my left, I mean right around the corner there, there's gonna be a lot more tents. I mean, this park is perfect for dogs. It's gonna be the other side of Fault Line Park. You can see there's like playground for kids. Just up here, this place is called Amped, so it's kind kind of a fun little restaurant slash gastropub. So they even used to have live shows. I don't know if they still do, but if they do, it's a fun place to see like a punk rock show, something like that. It's like some kind of movie shoot maybe going on. It's going to be the other side, Spire and Pinnacle. I mean, across the street you can see you have like the boxing club, which is, I mean, it's a great gym. And then but you can see, you know, once again, you just have like, there's some tents and quite a bit of like the homeless activity happening. You can see we're probably approaching like the worst part of East Village over here. This is going to be like 16th and then 17th. It's really tough to see all this. I mean, all these people, you know, they're homeless, nowhere to go. So, but if you're considering this area, you definitely should know about this. All right, so we're just about to venture into another area of East Village. This is kind of the area near like 13th, kind of near the Albertsons grocery store. So a lot of people live there, so this will be a really good one to check out. The building right here is called Element. All right, so that's gonna be 415. So this is where the Albertsons is, the main grocery store for the area. And then above that, you have apartments called Market Village. So way in the distance, that high rise is called Marion. That's fairly new, so lots of apartments there. It's a little bit pricey though. Just below that is called EV Lofts, although I think they might have changed their name. Right across the street here is going to be a place called 13th and Market, so it's very popular. But I'm going to show you what's probably one of the biggest draws to this particular area. The place is called Courtyard, so it's pretty amazing. It's actually comprised of basically shipping containers. So, and they lease out land temporarily from the city when the city isn't using like an empty lot. So this used to be, a couple years ago, it was a couple blocks that way. So kind of interesting, but they have some big shows here. They have like electronic music, a couple other things that happen. So they also have a coffee shop, great place to grab a drink. So it's definitely worth checking out. This is kind of cool. They just completed work on this park. So here, the backside of 13th Market, you're gonna have the doozy dog if you have a dog and you need like dog sitting overnight. Some vacant lots over there. So we actually just walked into the next area that I want to show you. So this area is going to be probably like the least developed so far as residential buildings and apartments and whatnot. I mean, you see vacant lots out here. You still see warehouses. That building in the distance is going to be the main police department building. Just past that is condos called Union Square. Pretty nice place. But you can see all the construction that's going on out here. Empty lots. Something going in here. This building with the numbers on the doors. That's going to be called Idea 1. That's a fairly new apartment complex. It's a brand new high-rise across the street called Broadway Towers. All right, so walking down E right now, just between 11th and 10th. So I want to take you up to I think we've got one more area left, so but it's going to be the northern kind of most part of East Village, kind of borders the Cortez Hill area. Right, so we're gonna have Pokey's coming up, which is a vegetarian Mexican eatery. Across the street here, you're gonna have the church lofts, which are like lofts for rent, and then you're also gonna have the library lofts right next door, which are also for rent. Cool little wine shop. Spotlight Dogs, where actually I get my dogs groomed. Amazing place. All right, we're getting pretty close to the last part of the neighborhood I want to show you, which is basically like A, like 11th and A, B Street, that kind of area, just before you go to Cortez Hill. It's going to be the Ray. And then over here, right behind it, you're going to see this is called Vantage Point. So this is probably one of the biggest apartment complexes in the entire downtown San Diego. This area up here is going to be like A and 11th, B and 11th, A and 10th, B and 10th. So it's butts up right next to Cortez Hill. So it's right at the edge of the end of East Village. It's a nice area. It's very popular. You're within walking distance to like the Gaslamp. But it's going to be pretty residential around here. It's just, you got to walk a couple blocks before you start to hit your first shop. So at the very least, hopefully you see that East Village is a huge place. I mean, we did some mileage today. I don't know how many blocks I walked, but we walked pretty much the entire East Village. And you got to see it firsthand. So some parts are definitely nicer than others. There's going to be more homeless activity in certain parts and other parts, and vice versa. Let me know in the comments what you think about East Village. Maybe you lived here, maybe you spent time here. Would love to hear what your opinion is on the place. And don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. Also, be on the lookout. Next week, I'm going to try to put together a live Q&A about San Diego next week or the week after. But check that out. If you're looking for the next video, check this one out. I think you're going to like it. Have an amazing day, and I will see you on the next one.